Mr. Trent, Miss Bockover, Miss Martin, Miss Berryhill, members of the faculty, students, and parents, welcome to the 2023 National Honor Society Induction Ceremony. Please join me as we honor our country with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag with the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may be seated.
We are gathered here to formally recognize those students who have been selected by the faculty of our school for successfully completing their candidacy and are being inducted as new members of our NHS chapter. For current members and those former members who may be among our guests, we hope this will serve to remind you, as we hope this standards of excellence you too are changed with maintaining as members of the nation's oldest, largest, and most prestigious student recognition program. Today's ceremony indicates the continuing emphasis on excellence that we represent for our school and community. Throughout the year, members of our chapter serve as role models for students. In addition to the strong academic records of our eligibility for members of our chapter, we serve our school and community through many activities. We are proud of this record and bring new energy and support for our continuing work as NHS members.
Our chapter would like to introduce our guest speaker, Miss Cindy Steele. Miss Steele is a 1980 graduate of Troop High School, where she was a member of the band, cheerleader, ran track, played tennis, was a regional qualifier on the volleyball team, played basketball, was a class officer, was editor of the school newspaper, placed third in state in UIL feature writing, and was selected Who's Who among American high school students. Her fellow students voted her as most school-spirited, best all-around, and friendliest. She was an inaugural member of the Troop High School chapter of the National Honor Society. Miss Steele's family has lived in Troop for 6 generations. The 4th generation of Hemby Steele family is currently in elementary school here. Cindy and her husband Doug opened the Steele's Feed and Seed downtown Troop in 1987. Steele's is one of the longest operating businesses in Troop's history. The Steele family are major supporters of our school in many ways, whether it be volunteering to lead the Troop Buyers Club for our FFA chapter, cheering on the Tigers from the stands, donating items for fundraisers, or promoting our school and community activities. The Steeles are an invaluable asset to the success of our town. Please give a warm welcome to Miss Cindy Steele.
I see someone's been reading old annuals. As the young man said, Deanne's aunt, Miss Sue Lindsay, is who began the National Honor Society, did the work to start the society on the campus of Troop School. The first class that you see is a class of juniors and seniors. Tony Harris was in that class with me. We graduated together. There's probably more of you out here. She told me to keep this short, so I'm going to very much try that. Back in those days, in 1979 and 80, I thought that I was going to go and change the world. I was going to be the best journalist. I was going to be the new Walter Cronkite. And y'all know that. But life happens. I fell in love with a fellow 1980 graduate of Trent High School and decided that my life was going to be here in True. And I'm pretty pleased with that. But I could not figure out how I was going to be a world-famous journalist in True, Texas. So I had to find something else to do. So I decided I would go. I changed my major 3 times now, trying to find something that was going to satisfy me. Still graduated in 4 years, but I did change my major 3 times. I finally decided on being a teacher. I love history, English, language. I could have been a biology teacher, because remember, I changed my major 3 times. So I've always admired people who knew from the beginning, elementary, junior high, high school, what they wanted to be and what they wanted to do. And it works out for some, and it doesn't work out for others. But there is a plan for all of us. Got my degree from Stephen F. Austin in 1984. Married the next month. At the time, Gene Witzel was the superintendent, and he thought, I wanted to come back to True to be a teacher, because I lived in True. And he thought, let's wait a year or two, because you babysitted a lot of these juniors and seniors, and then you might need to get a year or 2 older before you teach in True, because I was going to teach in junior high or high school. So, lo and behold, the following year, we bought the feed store. So, the rest is history, because I only taught, I think, 6 months here in junior high. I lost a coach at the very beginning of the school year, and April called me and said, I need you. So, I taught 2 classes, 8th grade history, and that is the sum total of my high school or junior high teaching experience. But I had the story, been part of the community for a long time. It's hard to believe that 43 years have passed since that 1980 graduation, and that's just how quick it goes. I know y'all get tired of telling that. My kids went to school here. They still live here. They still work here. Both kids are in the kindergarten and 1st grade. I would tell you, there's no wrong path to take as long as you get on that path that leads you to where you want to be. Maybe of these kids, many of y'all will go to college, many of y'all won't. There's right and there's wrong, and it depends on what the path that you want. My husband, he didn't follow that path. He was into agricultural, and there was a lot of things that he liked in the agricultural community, which is slowly and surely, unfortunately, falling by the wayside. But there are many of you that will follow your path and the path that's right for you. And what I can tell you is you need to be the hardest workers you can be. You need to understand that what you have to offer to your employee, or if you're an employer someday, is about being a good worker and trying to do the best that you can do. I'm kind of rattling around because I didn't technically write a speech, but I can tell you this: every one of us here, I would like to see the people who have graduated from True High School. Stand up. Stand up. There's got to give back to your communities. Wherever you end up, And I hope many of y'all stay in the troop community. But wherever you end up, you need to give back. And that doesn't mean to be the biggest donor. It doesn't mean that you've got to be on every organization that there is. I have this thing across my forehead that says, can't say no. This lady can't say no. Ask her. And sometimes you can bite off too much. But I will tell you that being from Troop, Texas, there's these speeches going on all over the United States in small towns. I asked, I'm not positive, but I think we had around 51 people in our graduating class. Today, this young lady, the gentleman told me they think they have 86. So that is 43 years later. And it's okay that you have that, just have 86. We in the town and our schools have grown, they've grown so much, but yet we have remained a tight-knit organization, community, whatever you want to call it. School makes up a large part of our community, and most of us have ties and binds to this school. I'm going to leave you with, because I told her I would keep it short, but I want you to give back to your community. I want you to give back to your schools. I see some football players down here. I'm sure there's volleyball players. I'm sure there's cross country. I'm sure there's band members out there. I'm sure there's ag students out there. Every one of you has a tie somewhere or another to this school. I don't know. When I go to the football games, we do have a school song. I challenge you to learn your school song. And it's not just about the football team. We play the school song at the football game, and I'm all about it. I love it. But what that school song really means to me, I don't know who wrote our school song. There's many schools that play our school song. It's not just maroon and white. There's many schools that play our school song. But when you listen to the words, and you know the words, and you can finally say the words, we used to sing it every Friday in elementary and high school. That was part of our coming together as a school and sang the school song. But when you listen to the words, I often wonder, and I was thinking last night about the school song, I feel sure whatever man or woman wrote that song, I may be wrong, but I feel sure they're a Christian. And I feel sure when you listen to the words, read the words, it's not just about being a true type of football player. It's about community. It's about, it first starts off with blue and white, but in other schools they sing it blue and gold. I don't know. I heard it at a football game this year from another team. They had the same school song. So these words are important, but it's not just about our teams. It's about our communities. It's about how we come together. Maroon and white with all our might. It's great. But we're coming back. Because even though I've got classmates that have gone 1,000 miles away, they still true tigers. Whether they ever played stroke football or basketball, whether they were just in the ag course, whatever they did, whether they were in the one ag play, whatever they did, they made friends. And there's a sense of community in the troop school, but that also spreads out into your community and your town. So as you carry those words, it says, "Firm together stand." Whatever team we're on, whether we're on the football team, basketball, ag, speaking contest, whatever, we're a team. And it's just like Christians, we're a team. The good Lord wants us firm together, stand, comrades, true and faithful. You're sitting beside maybe a comrade of yours, a teammate, and you won't go anywhere. I can just tell you, if you don't have to. Whether it's in your towns, whether it's in your schools, whatever it is, you must have a team. Some of you have moved into troop, and you're glad to be here. And I hope that you can appreciate and become and understand what it means to be a true citizen. And even if you do move off one of these days, you will always be a true citizen. You will have always graduated from true high school. And what I want to tell you is for the days to follow, I'm in those days to follow. 43 years later, I'm still in those days to follow. So it's the pledge of loyalty, just like with the Christians and the pledge of loyalty to Jesus Christ. We're in this together. We're one church, we're one team, we're one community, and it's all about what you can give back. It may not be the same thing that I can give back. Every one of us has different talents, but we're all part of one team. So I would encourage you to learn the school song, but understand that it means more than just a football team. It means coming together and being a community. And even if you weren't born in this community, and even if you didn't go to school in this community, you're in this community. So let's all pull together. Let's all support each other, and that's what being from a small town is about. Because you'll never, if you graduate here, you'll never be from Tyler, Texas. Makes me upset when I see somebody that says they came from Truth, or they came from White House, or they came from Ark, and they're from Tyler, Texas. No, they're not. They're from wherever they graduated from. And you remember that wherever you go, you're a true Tiger. Whether you put on a uniform or you put whatever you did, you worked at the concession stand, you gave speeches, but you're a true Tiger and be proud of it.
It is at this time we proclaim all in attendance that membership in the Troop High School chapter of the National Honor Society has been earned by these candidates through the effective demonstration for the four qualities that serve as standards for the society. Members of the chapter will now review these qualities for the candidates. We begin with scholarship.
Scholarship denotes a commitment to learning. A student is willing to spend hours in reading and studying, knowing the lasting benefits of a cultivated mind. We should continue to learn even when formal education has ended. For human education ends only with the end of life. Knowledge is one great element in life, which leads to the highest success, and it can be acquired in only one way, through diligence and effort. Learning furnishes the lamp by which we read the past, the torch guiding us to understand the present, and the light that illuminates the future. Candidates have the charge to continually expand their world through the opportunities inherent in scholarship.
Service.
My office is service. Service can be established in the routine of the day's work, where many opportunities arise to help others, both at school and in the community. A willingness to work for the benefit of those in need without monetary compensation or public recognition is the quality we see in our entire student body. We are committed to volunteering our time and talents to the creation of a better tomorrow.
Leadership.
Leadership should exert a wholesome influence on the school. In taking initiative in the classroom and in school activities, the real leader strives to train and aid others to reach their common goal of success. The price of leadership is sacrifice, the willingness to yield one's personal interests for the interests of others. A leader has self-confidence and will go forward when others hesitate. No matter what power and resources may exist in the school, community, or nation, they are ineffectual without the guidance of a wise leader. Leadership is always needed, thus, to lead is a meaningful and substantive charge to each of our members.
Character.
Character is the force within the individual that distinguishes each person from others. It creates for each of our individuality, our goodness. It is that without which no one can respect oneself, nor hope to attain respect for others. It is the force of character that guides one through life and develops, once developed, grows steadily within. It is the product of constant thought and action, the daily striving to make the right choice. The problem of character is the problem of self-control. We must be, in reality, what we wish to appear to others, to be rather than to seem, by demonstrating such qualities as respect, responsibility, trustworthiness, fairness, caring, and citizenship. We may hope to prove by example that we value character.
At this time, will the new inductees please rise, raise your right hand, and repeat the pledge. I pledge to uphold the high purposes of the National Honor Society to which I have been selected. I will be true to the principles for which it stands and will maintain and encourage the high standards of scholarship, service, leadership, and character.
As your name is called, please step forward to receive your certificates of membership and sign the official chapter registry. Connor Boyd. Emery Cover. Bailey Gibson. Jackson Green.
Aubrey Halbert. Mason Harris. Madeline Howell. Bryce McElroy. Bryce Wallen. And last but not least, Peyton Wells.
We'd like to, one more round of applause for our national honors. We would like to thank Ms. Steele for coming out and helping us out. Appreciate you. Thank you to all the parents and guardians and community supporters that came out this morning to support our kids. We really appreciate you. And last but not least, thank you to all of our teachers and staff that make this thing possible. Thank you. At this time, we are adjourning, but before we adjourn, if you are parents and family members here, we have a reception in Ms. Berryhill's room. Feel free to come back and have cake and cookies and lunch and all the good stuff. Also, stick around, take pictures of your kids. Everybody else, students, we are going to fourth period. Thank you.